Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the celebrity we'd least like to see start a bourbon brand. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Tim Swyatt, and Darren McElroy.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, shaking.
Hey, so yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to be talking about the worst celebrity to start a bourbon. We will have a bracket challenge to determine that. For our crew here today, it's going to be a little bit different bracket challenge because normally we would always vote for the one we feel most strong about. This time it'll be the least offensive of the two celebrities because you're wanting to, ultimately the bracket challenge, to get down to the person that you would least like to see do it. So they are staying alive. So you're voting for kind of the opposite of what we normally do. This would be the least offensive of the two celebrities each time, leaving the most offensive celebrity in the mix. So that'll be fun, and we'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So since we're talking celebrities, I would like to know that of someone that you think is a celebrity that most of the world does not think is a celebrity.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. Kathy Cool.
Kathy Cool.
Wait, you're not a celebrity?
Kathy Cool.
Sorry, that's not true.
I'm going with Michael Steinkamp.
Okay, Steinkamp. Well, all of his listings are as local celebrity, though. So yeah.
Yes, but local.
Local.
But that's
okay. You feel he's bigger than that. You feel like
he's bigger than that. He's much bigger than that. Yes.
Okay. I feel like this is a very good question, but it could have been like we need to work on it for like a weekend.
I will give my answer first to give you guys some time to think about an answer.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you.
So, there's a lady named Sylvia Earle, and she is a badass marine biologist, and like she lived underwater for like 5 years or like a year or something, and like would have a little home off the Keys, the Florida Keys. This is one reason why I want to go to the Keys.
Oh,
the only reason.
Yeah.
But she would like have a little pod, and then she'd go out and scuba dive, go in and refill her tanks and sleep, and then go back out again. And she did so many cool things. She's like Jane Goodall gets all this hype for being a naturalist and all of this. The stuff that Sylvia Earle does is so much cooler on every level. And I'm a big Jane Goodall fan too, but Sylvia Earle is so cool. And when I got to meet her, I was like, you are like this big celebrity. You have 3 movies made about you. You're so cool. And she's like, I'm a normal person that likes to scuba dive, and that's what I want to do. And so I fangirled out when I met her. But hands down, she is a celebrity in my heart that everyone should know about because she's just so cool.
Okay. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm still stuck.
I feel like Bronner is actually he's a celebrity. I feel like he's done so much for the world of bourbon. I do feel like he is a celebrity, and he's got a persona, he's got a look, he's got all the things that a celebrity would have, and he's got all these great contributions to the field that he's in. It's not acting or something like that, like most celebrities. Not a sports star, but in his field, I think that he is a key contributor. I think he's done some things that have left a mark on and made the industry that he's in better. These are all things of celebrity stature. He's just in bourbon where people aren't really celebrities. You can be a kind of a known entity in bourbon, but that's really a very small market when you look at that. I feel like what he's done should extend above and beyond just being that sort of thing. I feel he's a genuine celebrity. He's got something going on there. So I'll say Bronner.
Agreed.
Wow.
Can I change my answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I still stand with hashtag. I stand with Steinkamp. But I will. We pre-talk. We were talking about somebody that I met at the Buzzards Roost experience. That's Susan Riegler. What Susan's done from the press standpoint and what she's done here is just kind of unsung behind the scenes. As a former teacher and then learning into whiskey and everything like that, either you know about her or you don't. And if you don't know about her, find out fast.
Yeah. Yeah. She's cool. In a way that is, if you'd meet Susan and you don't know anything about the world of bourbon, you'd be like, oh, well, she's a nice lady. But when you realize she's a true badass from the world of bourbon, like I said, she was the reporter for Louisville, whatever their newspaper is called, the one that was writing about bourbon. She was the one that, goes in and when Bourbon's Bistro opens up and is the first one promoting them and talking about them. And she's a trailblazer, pioneer, somebody
Correct.
who, and now she's not only a writer, an author who's published books. She teaches classes. She's part of the Buzzards Roost brand, doing the education there at the distillery. She's way important. She is a celebrity, and what I like about her, I told this off the air. When I used to go to a lot of stand in line, get a bottle, those type of things, Susan Riegler would be there. She cares that much about bourbon. I think there's a lot of people, even people who are famous for being bourbon media types, are really into bourbon because it makes them money. Susan Riegler, take the money out. She doesn't care about that. She's a bourbon fan, and that's the position I always am. Strip away anything that involves me working in the world of business, and I'm still a bourbon fan. And she's that person too. So I think that's cool.
Have you
So
interviewed
once we
her
get
for the
Bronner
Bourbon
in
Show?
what's it?
Because I would like to do
Darren,
an
I'm sorry,
interview
I
if you
talked
have it.
over you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's my show, Tim. Damn it.
Have I interviewed Susan? No, I need to interview Susan. I should.
Okay.
She's been a tough one for me to get a hold of because maybe she has a website or something. I don't know if she does social media and that. Now I've seen her, but I guess I.
But she also now is kind of working at Buzzards Roost, so you have a little bit of an in there. You can probably get
that's
it.
true. I can probably get her on. So I will make a point. That's one that I need to chase. So there's been some people. Nancy the Nose Fraley. I've chased her. I've got emails going back since 2016 where I've been trying to get her on and stuff like that on LinkedIn. And she always is very positive and she's going to do it, and it never happens. I don't know if there's a conspiracy there or what. I'm not sure why that hasn't happened, but I need to talk to Susan. That's probably on me that she's not been on there. So I'll work on that.
Thanks.
We'll hear
Tim,
Susan.
you were going to say?
So I say once we get Bronner in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame, we got to start working on Susan and some of the others on the short list are these.
I know.
I think humble unsung heroes that we have a common theme of identifying and bringing up to the mainstream.
Yeah. Beka, anybody stand out to you as somebody who should be a celebrity but isn't?
Steve Akeley.
No, there you go.
Yes.
You took mine.
Yes.
Choice.
Yes.
I was hoping someone would say that.
I'm not even. Here's the truth of the matter. I'm not even big in the world of bourbon. You look at one of the celebrity things is other celebrities have to care about you. You know who doesn't care about me? None of the other bourbon people. I never get invited to write in any magazines. I don't get invited to collaborate on stuff. I don't
But
get to
you
do
should.
stuff. I should.
Yes.
I would hope. Yes, but no. Hey, who cares about me? Here's the thing. Who cares about me are bourbon fans, and because I'm one of them, and the bourbon brands, and that's the most important thing to me. But in terms of my contemporaries, I'm on the outside.
Like a
of
true
They're threatened
humble
by you.
celebrity.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Like a humble celebrity. Yeah, there. How about you, KK?
Well,
Anybody
Becca took mine.
I
Oh,
took hers.
oh, 2 for Steve Akeley. How about that?
2
How
for
about
Steve
that?
Akeley.
Oh, man. I'll get to be
The
celebrity
old
status.
double Steve.
The old double Steve. That would be nice. Yeah, bourbon celebrity Steve. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's fun stuff.
The double Steve is discounted in St. Louis. You got to go to St. Louis to get it. But just in
Yes,
Louisville,
come
it's
by
full
and see
price
me.
when you see him
Come
there.
by and see me. I'm an easy guy to find, as I like to say. So yeah, I'm at the barrel shop. So that's not
You
too
never
bad.
said that once in your life. That
Oh.
you're an easy guy to find.
From episode
Every day.
first episode, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was
The whole
on the
time.
first episode of the Bourbon Daily. So
Yeah, for sure. All right, on that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Beka. And Beka, thank you for saying that, by the way. That was very nice.
Of course. I'm going to be drinking some Buzzard's Roost.
Okay.
Set this down. Let me slug this back. All right, I've got a well-loved bottle of a toasted barrel straight rye whiskey from Buzzard's Roost.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, nice and bassy. Nice and bassy. All right, what do you got there? Darren, looks like Darren's ready.
I have a bottle that was picked by our very own Tim Swyatt of Planters Ozark American Whiskey. And I'm sure the cork pop is going to be ear deafening because of Swyatt's influence.
No.
Didn't hear it in person.
No, it wasn't. Beka has the lead. Kathy's next.
I'm going to drink something from local celebrity Michael Steinkamp.
Oh, nice.
Some investment whiskey finished in port casks.
Okay. Beka still has the lead. Tim's next.
Old Pap Neely's Reserve. This is the Kentucky Whorehound Candy Moonshine.
Oh, nice. That's new. Yeah, you're on top
Yes,
of
it is. On top of things. Swyatt on the set.
I
heard-
heard something.
We heard something there. So that
Nothing registered on my freaking settings. This is
that was
I
good
heard-
for that was
I literally
good for
heard
Tim.
something.
I did too. I've got Willett. This is their rye. So this is their rye whiskey from Willett. All right, come on. Here we go. Nah, nothing there. A big disappointment, really. I hadn't opened that one in a while. I thought this is going to be the one I win with, but wasn't meant to be. Cheers to Beka.
Cheers.
Cheers, Beka.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, it's bracket challenge time. We're going to try to figure out the worst celebrity to start a bourbon brand. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. Bumpers are unscripted, so go ahead. All right, he's got the Terminator glasses on for inspiration. Go ahead, here we go.
I'll be back. I'm not good at that, Steve. Come on.
And you're listening to The Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to figure out who is the worst celebrity that could start a bourbon brand.
Yes, we are. To my knowledge, as I made this list up, none of these celebrities have a bourbon brand yet. Some may be involved in distilled spirits, but not in the world of bourbon. And I thought I put together a list of the ones that I think are the worst. You may disagree with that, and that's okay. That's what the bourbon's about. We talk about things, and we all have opinions, and it's fun to sit at a bar, have a bourbon, and talk through those. So this is my list of the ones that I think are the worst. So as we go through these, again, as a reminder, there'll be matchups. You're going to vote for the one that you think is the lesser offensive of the two because you want the one that you really don't want to win to move on because we're trying to find the worst. So in most examples of a bracket challenge, we're trying to do the best of something. This is the worst, so you leave the worst one alive. So there you go. Here are our contenders. These are the celebrities. Again, I just feel like any of these would be a half-assed attempt at just, again, making money off of bourbon. They're not going to be involved other than whatever the press people write about them for them to say that they're involved. They're involved in selecting these. They're not going to be involved in anything other than slapping their name on it. So, number 1, Britney Spears. 2, Taylor Swift. 3, the Kardashians. I just left that open. Any Kardashian would be bad. Justin Timberlake. Another one that's multiple people, but anybody from the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith family. That includes the parents, the kids, any of them. Put any of them on. Terrible. Kiss, the band Kiss. They did everything. How they don't have a bourbon yet, I don't know, and I'm sure there's something in the works, but absolutely horrible. Again, it'd just be a cash grab. Gwyneth Paltrow, can't wait to see her conceited ass telling us all about bourbon, going on talk shows, talking about
Hers would be a alcohol-free bourbon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes, it would be.
But it would be better than any
thunder.
bourbon you could ever drink. It'd be just the most amazing thing. And then finally, Brad Pitt. So there you go. That is the match. That is the contestants. Here are the matchups. Here's how it's going to play out. Taylor Swift will take on Justin Timberlake. Then we got Britney Spears versus Kiss. Brad Pitt versus the Will Smith and family, any member of the family. And then finally, last but not least, Gwyneth Paltrow will take on the Kardashians. This is like a scenario. They're all nightmares in my mind. All of them are horrible. So round number 1, Darren, you're first. Taylor Swift or Justin Timberlake, and I'll say this for the last time, you're picking the one that you think is least offensive out of the two because we're trying to find the worst one here, not the best one. So
Thank you for specifying. I was going to specify so I didn't fuck it up. So my vote, I think that Taylor Swift would be fantastic for the industry. So the least offensive one, I think, is Taylor Swift.
Okay. All right. So your vote is for Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
Right?
For being the worst.
Yeah, being the worst. Okay.
To move on.
I disagree with everything he said, but okay. All right. I think we got there. In the end, we got there. All right, Tim, you're next. Taylor Swift or Justin Timberlake?
Taylor Swift is the worst.
Yeah. So Timberlake has 2 votes. All right. Kathy, you're next.
I think Taylor Swift is fine. I think Justin Timberlake is worse.
Okay. So Taylor Swift is still alive in this game.
Isn't Taylor Swift up to... Doesn't Justin only have 1 negative vote?
I don't know. I've
Or
already
2
lost
negative
myself.
votes? I think you fucked it up because Taylor's got... She's
I think we need to vote the way we normally vote. We vote.
Darren voted for Justin Timberlake. I voted for Taylor Swift to be bounced.
Yeah, vote for who you want to bounce. That will make this so much easier.
Yeah. So I voted for Taylor Swift to be bounced. So it's split 1-1. Then Kathy, you're choosing Justin Timberlake to be bounced.
No, I want Taylor Swift to be bounced.
You want Taylor Swift to be bounced? Okay. You think
so? Taylor Swift is up 2-1. 2-1.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think we're back again. We've reset. All right. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? Taylor Swift or Justin Timberlake? Who do you want to? I don't know. I don't even know where we're at anymore. This show didn't
Who do you
work.
think should have a bourbon brand, and who do you think should not?
Yes.
God, Taylor Swift or Justin Timberlake. I would prefer Justin Timberlake have a bourbon brand, so Taylor Swift will advance.
Taylor Swift moves on. Okay.
That's exactly right, Beka. You got this right.
You
exactly
have the
right.
concept.
The audience heads are hurting already. So
Taylor Swift moves on. She's going to be in our final four. All right. Britney Spears versus Kiss. Who do you think this time, Tim? You're first.
Keep your hands off Britney Spears. She should be out. Kiss should be the one that should not have a bourbon brand.
Okay.
So
okay. Kiss. That means Britney gets a vote. Britney gets a vote because you think Kiss is the worst, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I'm stating that the right way. All right. Next up is Kathy. Kathy. Britney Spears or Kiss?
I believe the opposite of Tim.
Okay. Okay. So you've tied it up.
Why did we do this one last?
I know. Britney Spears and Kiss each have a vote now. So there you go. Round two. It's all knotted. Miss Beka Sue, you're next. Britney Spears or Kiss?
Unfortunately, I need Britney Spears to move on. Kiss would be better with a bourbon brand.
Okay.
Britney Spears should not have a bourbon brand at all.
Britney Spears should not. Okay. All right. I am next. Boy, this is a tough one. They both suck in their own way, but Kiss, I don't know. Maybe just
they
because
have their name on a coffin. You can buy Kiss coffins.
Yeah,
but
they sell it. Yeah, but they're marketers. It'll sell.
Spears with a bourbon brand. At least Kiss would make sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna vote Kiss, and that means Britney Spears moves on. Britney Spears should not have a bourbon brand.
No.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Brad Pitt versus anybody in the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith family. Round number 3. Kathy, you're first.
I would rather see a bourbon brand by Brad Pitt than anybody in the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith family.
Okay, so you're voting for Brad Pitt then, because you say he would be okay. Yeah. But this is the most pretentious group of pricks in the whole group, though. The run 3 here, very, very.
This is almost the final.
These are people who tell us how to live our lives. Because they're celebrities. If we could have them take a test to see how smart they are, they would come up as absolute idiots. But they want to tell us how to live our lives. That's how great of celebrities they are. Round number 3, Miss Beka Sue, you're next. Brad Pitt or Will Smith and family?
It would be way worse for Will Smith and the Smiths to have one, so they need to move on to the next round.
Okay. That's 2 for Mr. Pitt. 2 for Mr. Pitt. All right. I'm going to agree with that. Yeah, Will Smith and family.
Yeah, close this one out.
Yeah, I'm closing it out, meaning Will Smith and family move on because they would be absolutely terrible at having a bourbon brand.
Terrible and terrible. Yes.
Terrible and terrible.
That is terrible. That is just so bad it's terrible. Gwyneth Paltrow versus the Kardashians. Boy, these people would be big into it. Round number 4, Miss Beka Sue, you're first.
Oh.
Here's the thing. The Kardashians would at least have a real bourbon.
Uh-huh.
And they're rich enough that they would at least probably go with something that's not horrendous. Where, like I said, Gwyneth Paltrow would literally have a non-alcoholic bourbon. And so
Right.
that's worse. And so Gwyneth Paltrow needs to move on, because I think that the Kardashians always are at least trying to make money. And so they would actively be trying to make money with it and have something that is at least a palatable brand.
Yeah.
So
This is
Gwyneth
the way.
Paltrow would not have something in there that's palatable. She'd have something that she thinks is just so nice, and I just drink this every single night to not give me a buzz, because I'm against having that. Like, she would be so insufferable. Where the Kardashians, sure, like 818 is a whiskey, is a tequila brand. Is it good? No, but whatever. So
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow needs to move on.
Okay. I don't like either of these, but I just want the Kardashians to go away. I feel like Gwyneth, kind of the opposite of Beka. You're trying to pick what's the least annoying for you personally, and those Kardashians are tough, and for me, and they would be, you know, what would their marketing campaign be? In a bikini or something. That's it. That's all they got. That's all they got. That's their only contribution to
in a
society.
bikini?
Yeah. I don't want to see the
fuck.
Kardashians in a bikini. I'm Kardashian out. I don't want to see anything with the Kardashians. I don't like the Kardashians. I want them just to go away. So I have to vote for Gwyneth Paltrow, because as much as I don't like her and her pompous attitude, the Kardashians are worse for me. So they shouldn't have a brand, which means I have to kind of keep them alive. So there you go. Darren, you're next.
So I think, because I agree with what Beka said, Gwyneth would be a non-alcoholic. I don't consider that a bourbon brand, so that's not my problem. I think the worst case scenario is the Kardashians, because they would make an alcoholic bourbon brand, and everyone would want it. It'd be the new latest thing that everyone wants. Get that shit out of here.
Right. Okay. So that means Gwyneth gets a vote there, because the Kardashians need to move on. All right. Round 4. Tim, you're next. Gwyneth Paltrow or the Kardashians?
You know, I can unsubscribe from Gwyneth Paltrow because she's not on TV all the time. I can't unsubscribe from the Kardashians because they're always going to be someplace, somewhere, touting their brand. But I cannot forget Gwyneth Paltrow's candle. Gwyneth Paltrow should not have a whiskey brand at all.
So,
She had a candle?
that smelled like her vagina.
Yes,
Yeah. She did.
I wasn't ready for that answer.
she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Like, how long ago?
A year ago?
It's still
not this-
available, Darren. Go ahead and Google it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry about what I add to my Amazon cart.
Oh,
I was
God.
gonna say, if you have to have a candle arrive at your door at the barrel shop, you know we need somebody on this podcast.
You're suddenly candle curious. All right. So here's where we're at. We're knotted up. We're going to go to a tiebreaker here. Gwyneth and the Kardashians both seem pretty terrible, and both have unfans here. So it's interesting. Kathy, it's going to go to you.
I know, and I was really hoping it wouldn't get to me because these are just Steve, come on.
What?
I mean, you put together a really good list.
I know. Yeah. I would say all these people are likely to start a bourbon brand as well. I would say they're likely to do so.
And everybody has made some really good points. Darren's like, if it's non-alcoholic, it doesn't affect me. I am so, like, I don't even understand the Kardashians.
Well, have you been keeping up with them?
No. No, and proudly I can say I don't know all their names.
I don't know them either, but I don't like them.
I do know they all look alike because they keep getting the same surgeries from the same guy.
Yeah.
Um,
My kid talks about them. She thinks they're just great business people. I think they're morons, and the
see.
society loves morons. So,
that right there did it.
Stop making stupid people famous and making
That
them
right
money.
there did it. Okay, I gotta get rid of. I want the Kardashians to. What do I want them to move on because they're more horrible?
yeah, they're more horrible. So
They're more horrible.
Kardashians move on. Kardashians move on. All
And
right, these.
Pat Akeley, cut that shit out.
Yeah, exactly. They're not good business people, Cat. Stop it. Otherwise, you'll get grounded. Yeah. All right. Taylor Swift versus Britney Spears. This will be fun. And then Will Smith family versus the Kardashians. This is our final four. It's horrific.
I thought that Justin Timberlake moved on. Was it Britney Spears? Yeah, it was Britney Spears. Sorry.
He was against Taylor Swift, so yeah. Britney Spears was against Kiss. Britney Spears was up against Kiss.
I guess I've
Did
got
we do Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt was against Will Smith family. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
This is the best bracket challenge.
I know. This is good. We might have to turn this into a two-parter.
I was sure that we had the Kardashians, Justin Timberlake, the Smiths, and Kiss. I guess, but I guess
No.
Yeah, you did it opposite.
Well,
Kind of.
All right. So no matter how we got here, this is where we're locking in now. Whether it's right or wrong, this is our list. Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Will Smith family, Kardashians. Round number 5. Up first is me. Taylor Swift versus Britney Spears. She's a nice person. Taylor Swift is a nice person. I get that. And for that reason, I like her. I don't like anything else about her. I don't like her celebrity nature. I don't like seeing her on the news all the time. I don't like the crazy fan base for someone who is marginally talented. I'm not a fan. Britney Spears, I would kind of like her having a brand because she's fun. You never know what's going to happen with her. She's got just enough crazy to be enjoyable, and as long as she's not hurting herself, and that's fine. She would be the lesser of the two. So I have to vote for Britney because I think Taylor would be worse. I think Taylor. So Britney's getting my vote because I think Taylor is a worse celebrity to represent a brand. She represents everything terrible about it because it would be super successful. All of a sudden, that would be the number one growth brand. I mean, imagine that. And she could get anything. Figure out the worst place to source it from. She could get it from there, and it would be the best-selling bourbon in the world. It would be all of a sudden, she'd be the hottest thing going. And
all the magazines,
it's a nightmare
top
for
world whiskey.
It would be a nightmare for me. It's my worst nightmare scenario, Taylor Swift. And again, that's a testament to her how successful she is. But I hate the idea. So I'm voting for Britney because she's not as bad. Darren, what do you think?
So, I think.
I can't wait for your deep thoughts on this.
I know.
So I am a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh God.
I like some of the older music. It's just when I grew up, I happened to hear one of her albums, and it locked in my head. It's only that one
1989 will do that to you.
But I think Britney also said it best when she said, "Hit me, baby, one more time," because I think that she would have a better brand, and it wouldn't be as much hype, and people would actually expect something from her. So I will vote the same way Steve did.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, we both voted for Britney because, again, we're not endorsing it, but it's the lesser of two evils in this example here. So Taylor Swift is one vote away from moving on. So we'll see what happens. Next up is Tim.
Somebody accused me on this podcast of being a Swiftie at one point in time, and I have not forgotten.
You are. That's been proven at this point.
It has not been proven. Yes,
yes.
I know about the albums because I do know somebody who remade the album and actually made it better. I do appreciate her songwriting and everything she stands for.
You've been to her concerts? Yeah.
I have not been to a Swift concert.
That's not what I heard. Your wife.
It's okay to be a Swiftie, Tim.
A Swift concert. Yeah.
No, I have not been to a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah, Taylor Swift does not need to have a bourbon brand.
Okay. That means Taylor Swift will move to the finals. All right. Next up is anybody in Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith family taking on the Kardashians. Round number 6.
That's hard.
This is WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's rough.
This should
It's
be
like the Hulk versus the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
But the Kardashians have been the biggest family in the world in most of my lifetime. I don't know if I remember a time before they were the most recognizable name. So I think I'm going to have to throw my vote that they should move on and that the Smith family would be better. And could you imagine like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air label that Will Smith could make? It'd be kind of cool. So,
Okay.
I think the Kardashians is the worst option.
Kardashians is worse. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Round number 6. Tim, you're next. What do you think?
No,
The
let
Will
me correct
Smith
my
and family?
yeah. Let me correct my reference of WrestleMania Hulk versus Sheik. This is actually Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys. This is just an absolute train wreck between the two.
Did you not like the Hardy Boys? Unrelated.
No, it is just, but it's bring out the tables. This is like a battle royale. I'm really struggling with this one, and the Kardashians need to move on.
Yeah. Okay. Kardashians, 2 votes, 1 away from moving on. Next up is Kathy.
Oh. So I have less respect for the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith family. So whatever the vote is for that to be the worst.
The
That's
worst.
what-
Okay. So
I can't believe I
think
just
that would be
said
the
the
worst case scenario,
Kardashians could have a bourbon brand and it would be okay.
huh? Okay.
And that doesn't make you want to puke just saying that sentence, the Kardashian bourbon brand?
I just vomited in my mouth a little bit on this whole
Right.
entire talk.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but the other option is worse.
Miss Beka Sue.
So,
So you're saying that the Kardashians are the worst one?
No, I'm saying that the
Smiths
Will
are the
Smith,
worst.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
gotcha.
can't get
That's
over
what,
the
I got it right.
opposite
I got it
of
right. I got it right. I got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
so I really do hate Jada.
Mhm.
But she would have a cool bourbon brand name, which they'd call it Entanglement. Which is what she said that she did to Will Smith, that she would use that word a bunch when I had an entanglement. So they'd probably use that, which, at least they'd be using, their fucked up life or that. So I guess I'm going to say that the Kardashians should move on. Because at least they'd have a cool brand name.
Yeah.
Like I
Entanglement
can't
was-
say anything else. At least Jada would have a cool brand name.
Entanglement was like grandparent porn, wasn't that? Catherine Zeta-Jones and
What
what's
the
his
hell,
face?
Tim?
What the hell? I don't
Wasn't
know what
that,
he's talking about.
Oh, Sean Connery?
Sean Connery. Yeah, Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Wasn't that a movie? Entanglement. It was like
I don't think so,
grandparent
but
porn.
I'll figure it
Catherine
out.
Zeta-Jones.
All I know is that when Jada was
Catherine
making
Zeta
Will
Jones.
look
Let's
like
do
a-
some porn.
when Jada was making
Or
Will look like
entanglement.
a cuckold, she fucking
Yes.
like
Entrapment.
Entrapment. Sorry,
yeah, that's a hit. But she kept on saying, "I had an
entanglement.
entanglement." You mean you were
Mhm.
cheating on your husband? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but
No.
he's doing it too.
I don't know about that. I
Keep
don't know.
was mouth.
He seems to really love that woman. So I don't.
Yes,
as
he
crazy
does.
as she is, it seems like he does.
The
I can't
entanglement
say
first drop would be called the slap.
that. Okay.
Wow.
I hate everything about them, but they're out of the mix anyway. So and I agree, better than the Kardashians are just. There's nothing there. At least there's some talent in Will Smith. I mean, at least the guy is talented in his movies.
yes.
He may be crazy as can be, and a lot of celebrities are crazy.
He punched
and
out an
even
alien
Jada,
on
she's been-
Independence Day. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Captain America right
The
there.
Kardashians have nothing. Literally nothing. They're literally horrible. All right, Taylor Swift versus the Kardashians. I think this is the right final, the final two. I think this is again, either one of these turns into one of the top selling bourbon brands if you get these clowns signed. Either one of them. So, all right, Tim, you're up first. What do you think here?
God, if
Taylor
anybody's
Swift?
still listening to this podcast, Steve, they've earned their keep to get to this
This
point.
is true. This is true.
This is
They have a paper and they're drawing a diagram.
This
trying to figure out
time
what the fuck we're saying.
this time we were voting for the one that we think is the worst. So if you think Taylor Swift is the worst, you vote for her. If you think it switches now because now they're in the finals and it's no longer of hey they got to move on. No, we're voting for the one that we hate the most out of these two. Is the way to think about it.
I hate the Kardashians more than Taylor Swift. At least she has talent.
Okay.
I hate the
All right,
Kardashians.
Kardashians have a vote. Kathy, you're next. Kardashians or Taylor Swift? Worst case scenario here. You're voting for the one that you think is the worst.
The Kardashians. I
Kardashians.
don't even know what their purpose is.
I know what their brand would be called, though. I think there's only one name that's acceptable, and it's not acceptable on a whiskey bottle. Let's just be sure about that. But it would be Backshots. I think is the only name they could call a whiskey brand.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. No, that's not going to happen. Miss Beka Sue, Taylor Swift versus the Kardashians. Kardashians have 2 votes already. They're at the verge of being declared the worst celebrities to start a bourbon brand. But you can give Taylor Swift life in this if you vote for her.
Who's worse?
Keep in mind, their second release is going to be Comeback.
Jesus.
Oh boy, where'd this go?
I personally, I think Taylor Swift would be worse.
Taylor Swift is worse. Okay. Yeah, this is very, very tough. Very, very tough. Here's where I stand. I mean, the Kardashians are up to. If I vote for Kardashians, they are declared the worst to do this. Taylor Swift. The Kardashians are huge. Taylor Swift is even bigger, I feel. So it compounds the fact even worse. But I feel like at least, again, it goes back to that one thing. The only redeeming thing I can say about Taylor Swift, I believe her to be a nice person. I don't like her music. I don't like I said, the celebrity and the weird thing. I don't think she's uber talented. And I don't like her style of music. But that being said, I think she's a good person. I don't think the Kardashians are. I think they would do anything to get up their celebrity just a little bit more, anything to be in the news, literally anything. I hate them, and I would say they have to be the worst. So I think they win this bracket challenge. The Kardashians are worst case scenario to start.
Darren is very sad he didn't get to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
No, I'm just laughing about they would do anything.
They would.
Anyway.
They would.
They did. Yeah. They literally did anything to become famous. But anyway.
Yeah. And it pays off. I mean, they're all rich, all incredibly rich, but man, it doesn't mean we have to like them. You know, they're just completely devoid of talent. They've upped the bar on. There's always been talent. I mean, you look back at the shows of the 70s that I used to watch. There was people in there. It's like, why are they famous? Why is Fanny Flagg on here? Who's Fanny Flagg? Why is she a celebrity? You know, who's George Gobel? Who are these people that are on these 70s game shows? Why are they famous? But they're not famous, but I don't think those people ever got rich. I think they were just somehow keeping along, whereas the Kardashians are uber rich. As rich as any regular celebrity, people who have talent. So, yeah, they're clearly the worst. So, there you go. And that just means it's going to happen. There'll be a Kardashian brand soon.
It's going to drop tomorrow.
It's another way they can monetize. Yeah, for sure. So,
well, when it happens, Steve, I'm blaming you.
Probably. Somebody will reach out, be like, hey, we can do this for you. The Kardashians will be like, can we make money? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, of course. Oh, we're in. So,
yeah, Steve will have the first single barrel.
Of course, it'll be in the shop. And then all of a sudden I realize if I can make money off of it, and then I'll be like, yeah, the cash.
Absolutely, I'm in.
There you go. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me, I don't know why you'd want to, but on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
Tim?
You can find me at SwyGuy2112 on Instagram and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
Kathy?
You can find me not buying a bottle of the Kardashian single barrel from the ABV Barrel Shop and laughing at Steve every time I walk in. He has 200 bottles sitting there. And on Instagram at KK Castring.
Yeah, for the record, I wouldn't carry that. I am very much into not doing anything that I don't like in this life. I'm past doing shit I don't like. I had a corporate job. I did all kinds of shit I didn't like. I'm past that now. So, yeah, I would not carry the Kardashians. No way. All right, Miss Beka Sue, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Checking out everything that we do is out there, previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you know you'll never find anything from the Kardashians in there. I can't stand them. Nor there really anybody else on this list. If anybody on this list comes out with any sort of brand, some already have some other distilled spirits and things like that, you won't find them at the ABV Barrel Shop. That's not our thing. So, I'm not into celebrity brands. I think that's the downfall of bourbon. I think it's a bad thing. I think it introduces people in the wrong way. Shitty whiskey with someone's name on it. I think that's a bad thing for the bourbon industry. I think we suffer from each one of those bad brands that are out there. So, and I think the worst whiskey that we have out there is celebrity brands. I mean, you can point to some of these things, and I've tasted some of them. They're bad. But I think it's intentional because the problem, most of them aren't even going to drink it. They're buying it for the collectability of it. A tribute to their favorite celebrity. So, not a fan of celebrity whiskeys. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartins, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.